Senior citizens being treated like second-class citizens when it comes to food banks in the United States, friends. We have a report that's pretty stinking disturbing. We also have a Walmart worker telling us what's going on behind the scenes. We got updates about the drought across Ohio causing significant problems. We got Switzerland preparing for war. What is that about, friends? And straight up threat from Putin if Biden authorizes deep strikes into Russia. That and more on today's updates. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and I am in Oslo, Norway, and Akershus Fortress, which is in the center of which is the old castle for Oslo. And so we've found a slightly secluded spot to go over the update, and hopefully it is a pretty sight for you. It's pretty beautiful here. All right, so we do want to thank our sponsor before we dive in, Genesis Gold Group. They help people who have retirement accounts. So if you have a retirement account, IRA, 401k, or if you're up in Canada, you can do the TSRRP, whatever it is. You can actually move that over to gold, silver, or platinum. Physical metals, and gold's on a run, but silver hasn't yet to catch up. Silver's still a bargain out there, so if you want to switch over to silver, this is probably the time to do it. That's where I'm sitting. But if you want to talk to Jonathan and his team, see if it's a good fit for you, there'll be a link at the end of the video. All right, so Putin said in an interview that if U.S. and NATO countries authorize long-range weapons to be used on Russia, that those countries will be a party to the war in Ukraine. He laid out that the U.S. and European weapon systems require U.S. and European satellites and targeting information, as well as the fact that the United States and its allies have not permitted the Ukrainians to actually access the systems themselves. So basically, he's saying that NATO personnel actually have to program them for each fire. So each time that their weapon is used, it's actually being targeted by a NATO serviceman, and that makes NATO a party to the war. Then is what he's saying. Direct NATO intervention. We got the Boeing union strike starting now. They're halting the 737 production out there. And just so you can kind of understand why this is significant, Boeing is approximately 1% of the United States GDP. So all of the gross domestic product in the United States, 33% of that is actually the government. But 1% overall is actually just Boeing itself. So when they have a major production issue, it is big news out there. They're like the big automakers all kind of rolled into one when it comes to impact on the economy. Switzerland has declared itself to be in a pre-war phase. They are doing drills, locking down their borders. They have increased military exercises, aircraft doing low flyovers and practice bombing runs and such like that. Switzerland is mobilizing, as I say, at pre-war. This is not like, oh, well, we're always in a pre-war situation. No, this is a situation where they are preparing for war. And we may get into this afternoon why that may be. Some of the stuff we're hearing coming out of Germany is pretty shocking. And we may see a lot of movement in the European Union with that. Okay, let's get into your updates. If you have updates, please do keep sending them in. Just use the word update somewhere in your comment on this video or on any video on this channel, and that gets it to the right place. Make sure you give us some sort of geographical location if that is relevant to your comment. Winter's Folly says, I work for Wally World, or Walmart for you who don't know that name. And our shipments have been incomplete for a while. And that's kind of telling that they haven't been getting all that they've been ordering for a while now. Now, I've heard from other Walmart employees and people and saying that basically the Walmarts are prioritizing shipments. Now, we saw this way back in the spring. We saw reports out there that the Walmart was going to prioritize low theft stores. But we're also hearing that they're also prioritizing stores that have a lot of turnover. So like the product turnover, they put the stuff on the shelf, it tends to sell fast. That's where they're prioritizing resupply because they know if they put it on the shelf there, it's going to sell. Whereas if they put it on the shelf somewhere else, it may not sell. So we're kind of hearing conflicting reports. Some Walmarts worse off than others. It does look like Walmart is playing retail triage, which is concerning. People say there's no shortages. Well, there may not be a shortage where you are, but they may be stripping the bones of stores in other locations in order to keep your store shelf up to date. Francis says, Kingman, Arizona, last week bought 5 dozen eggs after your warning, cost $14. Went to store today, same eggs are almost $19. Got them for 14 because of the warnings on this channel, and now they're 19. Friends, this channel, one of the few channels out there that's going to save you money. How crazy is that? And get you ahead of the curve. That's what we're all about here, is being ahead of the curve so that you can be prepared for what is coming. If you appreciate what we do here, make sure you are sharing your information with us, as well as hitting that thumbs up button every time you watch the video. That helps it get out to more people. Every comment that you guys put in, as long as it's not like a, if you put like just a, comment, like you write the word comment or something like that, and YouTube sees that as a spam comment. But if you put in kind of, normal wording or something like that, YouTube counts as engagement. So if you have channels out there that you want to support, if you want to help them out, always making a comment is always helpful, and hitting that thumbs up button. So that's why people say it. I don't usually say that on this channel, so there, I've said it. I'm not going to say it for a while now, okay? Greener Pastures says, Southeast Michigan. Went to Costco yesterday. No butter to be found anywhere in the store. No butter. That's crazy. And we got Kramit says, our county has a water shortage and a water ban and a fire ban. Can't, no open flame cooking, outdoor smoking. You can't even smoke outdoors. You're not allowed to smoke indoors, you're not allowed to smoke outdoors, right? We got no water in your gardens or wasting water. This is Ohio, friends. This is not like California or Arizona or New Mexico. This is Ohio. They say they have 80 days left of water because of no rain here in Ohio. That is crazy, crazy. Ohio is not a dry state. Kim says, here in California, some markets like Food for Less are selling veggies like cucumber and squash individually for $1.50 each rather than by pound, and they're small as well. D says, update Utah. We have just about stopped buying fresh fruit and veg because it does not taste right. It never lasts more than 2 or 3 days, and it's so expensive. We are stocking up and eating just canned. Another year now, and no fruit on our apple, fig, cherry trees, and the roses look awful. If you want to find out more about what's behind me and why I'm here at this fortress, this afternoon's video will enlighten you more about that. I'll give you a little bit of the history of what this castle is about and kind of its role in history or whatever before we head on to our next destination for tomorrow. Where will that be? You guys can guess down in the comments down below. It's here. James says, during my weekly donation to a local food bank, the head and I were talking, and she apparently mentioned that there were a lot of folks coming in who are living in their cars. Trailer parks are being bought up by foreign investors and who are jacking up the lot rent way past what these people can pay. This is an update from Southeast Michigan. We got Stephen says, Mac as in Mack trucks. Their computer system has been down for 2 days now. They cannot look up parts. I'm an owner-operator and can tell you that trucking rates have gone to crap. Parts have gotten more expensive. Lots of people are considering hanging it up. And on top of that, when you need a part, they can't even look it up. haven't said their systems are down. Don't know when it will be back up. So big news out there with Mack trucks. Of course, they're pretty important. Kelly says Ocean Spring, Mississippi. Walmart, no eggs, no heavy cream, no water, and so much more. I hope this is only because of hurricane in Louisiana, right? Which just did hit. God bless them. But as far as Maine having problems, makes me think. I have chickens, so no problem, and plenty of water. I'm another state away and we are full of shortages. What if a more serious emergency comes up? There will be nothing. It's so aggravating to me that people run to the store at the last minute, panic buying, and clear the shelves. I lived in Florida most of my life, same thing. For crying out loud, people, get the essentials. It is not that expensive to have a few weeks of emergency food items in your pantry. I mean, you're going to buy them anyway, right? That's what we're talking about, is just buying stuff ahead of time as opposed to buying them just as it happens. You can get water for just about free or cheap. Now a bunch of gluttons have cleared the shelves. You said glutens, but we want to be gluten-free here, right? Bunch of gluttons have cleared the shelves. It is absolutely selfish to take more than you need. Just my opinion from a woman that has been prepping since Hillary ran for president. Lord help us. Well, Hillary running for president would have been an interesting situation. But yeah, just getting ahead on those things. And one of the easiest ways to get ahead is making sure you have enough water. If you have enough water, you can get away with not having food. I mean, you should have food, but definitely having enough water. If you don't have enough water, that's a really serious problem. If you drink diet sodas like I do, not the best of habits in the world, but you get a 2-liter bottle of diet soda. Once it's empty, it doesn't have any sugar in it, so you can just rinse that thing out. And you don't even have to rinse it out too much. And you can just pop tap water right into that bottle and then just seal it up and put it away. It's going to be good because the chlorine gas inside the water will make sure that it's sterile, and that's good. And then on top of that, there's nothing in water to go bad, and there's nothing from the diet soda for bacteria or anything like that to eat. So that's a great way to do that. If you do use regular soda bottles, make sure you rinse them out really good to get all that sugar out. And then you can just put tap water in there. That works. Be careful with the milk jugs, because the milk is really hard to get out all the proteins and all the fats and all that kind of stuff like that. Get out of the bottles. Not so good. It's easier just to get gallon jugs of water and use it for your purposes, and then you can refill them up with tap water. But those things can be a little flimsy. The 2-liter bottles are really the best when it comes to all that kind of stuff. This update from Helen. Update. Every other month I go to the food bank. This month my friend and I went. We're both older. I watched them remove big bags of chicken from our boxes and put them in the boxes for the next car. Also took the bags of greens from ours and put those in the other boxes as well. I asked for the chicken and the greens back. The attendant said, "Those aren't for you." Yikes. So there's certain people getting some and some aren't. I guess elderly white people don't get meat and fresh veg anymore. But the lady behind us got both boxes. Not elderly nor white. Sure did hurt. Friends, that's where we are these days. Our senior citizens are being treated like second-class citizens, even in their own country. Now, it's not to say that the person that got those wasn't needy. Not to say that they were not a citizen or something like that. They could very well have been, but we're seeing that more and more, aren't we? Where people aren't getting taken care of because they're the wrong skin color. And that is a situation that is getting worse and worse. And unfortunately, I believe it's going to get worse even as we go forward. All right, friends, thanks for watching along with me. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold, that link is right there on the screen. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up on the screen as well. I'll see you guys over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.